All right, let's talk about grammar. But let's forget everything you think you know. Forget the dusty rule books and the red pens. Instead, think of it like this. Today, we're opening up a toolkit, an essential toolkit for building with language. Have you ever felt this? You write something, an email, a report, heck, even a text message, and you just get that feeling that it's not quite landing. It feels a little weak, or maybe it's just not as clear as you want it to be. You know what you're trying to say, but the words on the page, they're just not doing the job. Well, that's exactly what we're going to tackle today. Okay, let's jump in. And I promise this is not your typical boring grammar lesson. Today we're cracking open a secret writing toolkit. So don't think of yourself as a student. No, think of yourself as an architect, learning how to design and build really powerful ideas using words. And this is such a crucial shift in how we think about this. I mean, so many of us were taught that grammar is like a cage, right? A bunch of restrictions telling you all the things you can't do. But that's completely backwards. These aren't restrictions, they're construction tools. They give you the power, the freedom to build sentences that are clearer, more persuasive, and just better. I mean, think about it. An architect can't build a skyscraper with flimsy, cheap materials, right? And it's the exact same thing with writing. The foundation of every single powerful sentence needs quality building blocks. And in the world of language, those blocks are what we call the parts of speech. So, first up, our core material, nouns. Think of these as the actual bricks for our sentence. They're the solid stuff, the chef, the meal, the book, the idea. They give you something concrete to actually build with. Because without a noun, you've got nothing to talk about. It's that simple. All right, so if nouns are the bricks, what are verbs? Verbs are the engine. A brick just sits there, right? But an engine, that gives you movement, it gives you power. A verb, like cooked, goes, or belongs, is what takes that static pile of nouns and turns it into a living, breathing idea. It's the action, it's what makes stuff happen. Okay, so now we have our bricks, our nouns, and we have our engine, our verbs, but you can't just, toss an engine into a pile of bricks and hope it works. They have to be connected and connected properly. And this is where a really fundamental idea comes into play, subject-verb agreement. This is what makes sure your sentence actually runs. Just take a look at this. It's super simple. On the left, you've got, he go to school. You can feel that, right? It just kind of sputters, the engine's not turning over. But then look at the right. With one tiny little change, he goes to school. Boom, the sentence just runs smoothly. That little s is the key that makes the engine fire perfectly for a singular subject like he. All right, our basic structure is solid. The engine is running. So what's next? We upgrade. This is where we go from a basic functional little shed to building something really impressive. We're about to add some new tools to our kit that are going to give our sentences some serious power and razor-sharp detail. So for this, we're going to focus on two absolutely fantastic tools. The first one is all about putting the doer of the action, the subject, smack dab in the driver's seat. This gives your sentence way more punch. And the second one? It's about weaving in extra information, really seamlessly, without having to start a whole new sentence. So let's put these two head to head. On the left, we have the passive voice. The meal was cooked by the chef. I mean, it's okay, it's correct, but it feels a little sluggish, doesn't it? Now look at the active voice on the right. The chef cooked the meal. See that? It's so much more direct, more energetic. The doer, the chef, is right up front, totally in charge. Active voice is a genuine power tool. Okay, on to our second tool. Let's call this our blueprints for adding detail. So imagine you have two simple sentences. The book is on the table, and it belongs to Mary. Pretty basic, right? Step 2, we find the common brick. In this case, the book. And then step 3, we just fuse them together using a connector like which. And now you've got the book which is on the table belongs to Mary. See what we did? We just took two simple ideas and built one stronger, much more informative sentence. Okay, so building great sentences is one thing. But what about connecting them to each other? An architect doesn't just build a bunch of separate rooms. They build hallways, doorways, bridges. They create a whole building that flows together. And that's exactly what we're going to do now. Connect our ideas so the reader can move through them smoothly and logically. Every good toolkit needs its specialized hardware, the nuts and bolts. And these connectors, these transition words, are exactly that. So if you need to show a contrast, you grab however. If you need to show a result or a consequence, you use therefore. And if you just want to add another similar idea, in addition is the perfect tool for the job. Choosing the right one is like putting up signposts, creating a clear, logical path for your reader to follow. And now, for one of the most powerful and yet probably the most overlooked tool in the entire kit. I want you to just look at the sentence on the screen. It's a classic for a reason. Go ahead, read it out loud. Let's eat, Grandma. It sounds pretty alarming, doesn't it? Yeah, this sentence is in serious trouble. There is one simple, tiny tool missing. And because it's missing, the meaning completely changes from a nice invitation to, something out of a horror movie. So what is that tool and where on earth does it belong? And there it is. Just look at the incredible power of that one tiny comma. On the left, let's eat Grandma, a sweet, kind invitation to dinner. On the right, a very, very bad idea. That single little mark completely transforms the meaning and, in this case, it literally saves a life. Punctuation is never an afterthought. It's an absolutely essential tool for clarity. So let's bring this all home. Over these last few minutes, we haven't just been learning a bunch of rules. We've been exploring a whole new way to think. We've stopped being passive students of grammar and we've started becoming active creators. You are the architect of your message. You have the essentials in your toolkit now. You've got the bricks and the engine, your nouns and your verbs. You've got the tools to connect them properly, to inject power with active voice, to layer in detail with clauses, and to create a smooth flow with your connectors. You're holding the blueprints. So the toolkit is officially in your hands. You've got the blueprints, and the only question left is the really fun one. What are you going to build?